Okay, let us begin. This is going to be the first ever video that is going to be me besides just showing off a video game clip. And the reason for that is because I wanted to do an actual video with an actual face cam, me doing something else. Now what do? Well, let's do the Dark Cut series by Jmtb. I mean Jmtb02. He is a popular developer of mine in my younger years. He made many games, including there is one level, which is the Elephant game, as we all know and love. But he's also the creator of the Dark Cut series of games, which is a series of surgical games that is gritty, dark, and of course gory, which is also why it says this game is a very graphic in nature. There's basically a disclaimer down here saying that. But on top of that, there is also, not a disclaimer, but he also straight up says don't do any of this stuff that you're seeing here, for a very good reason, because this is not very real. Now, as for what we're going to be doing, I'm going to be playing through, well, what I'm going to be doing anyways, I'm going to be playing through the very series of games that these are. The Dark Cut series is known to be a dark, gritty, surgical game, for the most part, and we're going to play through Jmtb's most finest creations, his Dark Cut series. So, let's jump right into it. The game has 3 surgeries, and we're going to do each one, because let me put it right down, I have 100%ed all 3 of these games, and I'm going to show off exactly how to do all 3 of them. So, the first thing I want to state, each game's like after this has like special achievements to 100%. This game doesn't have any of that, it's just the 3 surgeries, we do them, and that's that. So, let's do this. The first surgery is pretty simple. It's us removing an arrow from Captain Harold's right leg. And as the Humble Scholar says, "Dear most humble scholar, with haste, please remove the arrow from Captain Harold's right knee, and the right leg, knee, pretty much. We need him on the battlefield by tomorrow morning. Please hurry and remove the least amount of pain possible." And I still think this is still pretty loud, so I'm going to turn this down a bit. Like, seriously, it's so loud that I can't even freaking hear myself think. It's so bad. That's probably good enough. It's at 1. It's at the lowest setting. Do I want to turn it up any higher? No? I think it's good. So what we must first do, because this is a barbed arrow, we can't pull it out. So we have to cut the tails off first. Second, we then need to cut the wood of the actual arrow down by alternating left and right keys. There it is. Let's clean up. And this is where it gets gory. And this is why I suggested that we probably shouldn't be around when it's gory. Because it's gory. So those who are squemish probably should leave now, because this is where it gets really messy. Here it goes. Once we smack this in, I warned you. Bam. All the blood gushing out of his leg. Probably because we just smacked an arrow through it. But anyways, let's alternate the left and right arrow keys and pull out the arrow. There it goes. Cover up with magic human tissue that covers both sides. Jmtb, I'm not even going to argue your logic, but it works. And then solder it in place. And just like that, he's all good to go. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, the first game hadn't really logicked a lot of things out. But hey, it's still an amazing game by back then standards. Next surgery is us scrubbing away bubonic plague boils and getting rid of them. Well, not getting rid of them, just trying to clean and just gut them out. More like basically what I'm saying is just cleaning them and cutting them open. Yep. Remember, hold the left mouse button, because this is, hold left mouse button, like that. If you mess up, you're going to hit another star, you're going to do some damage to the patient. Hold left mouse button and follow the stars, and you'll be fine. Put the leeches in the correct space as corresponded to. Put the leeches in the correct place as they say, so we can then suck up all the stuff out of them, because that's an actual medieval medicine practice that I would not advise doing nowadays, because we have much better means of doing that. Then we can extract the excess pus using a medieval squeegee bottle somehow. And then cut open his throat to basically open up a passageway, so we can clear his passageway so he can breathe. pull all the leeches off, because we don't want them sitting there for long, because they do suck blood if we let them sit. Stitch up the open airway, which is a wise decision, because he'll bleed out if we don't. Scrub the entire area, because that's also another wise decision to do in this situation. It is the plague, and the bubonic plague was nothing to laugh at, so we should probably sterilize the entire area. And that's the second surgery done! 2 down and 1 to go. The third surgery is the hardest in the game, because the mistakes penalize the health, like up here on the top left, a lot. Making a mistake in the third surgery will pretty much drain the entire health bar. Not drain it like halfway, but it will take a huge chunk if you make a mistake in this third one. And also, since it's the first game, if you lose in one of these surgeries, you have to head all the way back to the beginning, so don't mess up. And anyways, it's only like that for the first game. Every other game you can continue where you left off on the past surgery. You can resume the surgery you were working on, is what I'm saying. Or restart the surgery you were working on anyways. Now, the third one. Why is it so hard? Because we're dealing with a vampire who needs to be dealt with correctly or will die. Thank you, Royal Guard. You're doing great. Yay. Anyways, back to business. Dear most humble scholar, upon assigned discretion, we have brought the vampire to your abode. Wise decision, humble guard. Like you don't... Wise decision, Royal Guard. Like you don't care about me at all. It's like he cares about me so much. So you may take care of the ridding hit in the correct fashion. I mean, couldn't you do it? Please take care of this problem immediately. One false move will most likely be your death. Regards, the Royal Guard. Well, screw you then. But I'll get rid of him for you because why not? Sure. No move. Now, when you're aiming the stick, make sure you click the spacebar to set it in, and also make sure it's in the outline, or you'll take a lot of damage. There you go. And smack it in by timing your swings. It's a little hard, but the trick I've always found to do this right is always wait till it hits the end of the gauge where it says hard. And you'll always get it. You'll usually get it if you click then. Cut them open, insert some garlic, because that's the zombie, not zombies, I mean, that's a whole other fictitious creature that we're not dealing with. Vampires hate garlic. And that's what we should be doing. And now, time to dispose of him and finish this disposal job by this Royal Guard, this jerk of a Royal Guard. And that's by cutting his head off by marking the axe line and swinging an axe down. Have to get correct 3 times here, or we'll start the whole thing. Yep, see? A few mistakes is all it takes just to die in this one. And then you gotta go all the way back to the beginning. I'll finish these real quickly. Just like so. Well, in the meantime, might as well explain a little bit, about this surgery. About Jmtb. He's also the same guy, as I said, who makes the elephant game. This is the only level. That game, well, he makes that game, actually. He's the creator of this game, but he's also the creator of the Dark Cut series, which is very popular on the internet. I'm just redoing these surgeries, so you don't need to see this again, but might as well talk a little bit about the publisher while we're here. He goes on to then make, this is the only level, and all the games around elephants. He really likes elephants, but hey, I like cats. We ain't complaining there. As I said before, make sure you're holding the mouse button and following the stars. You can't go in the backwards order. Well, you can actually. I thought you couldn't, but okay. I didn't know you could do that. Just make sure you're landing up and hitting the stars one after another, because if you miss one and hit another one, you'll make the mistake I did last time. There's no timing to this. You just alternate left and right until you get it. Yes, I have played all three games, and I will be showing you how to do all of them. And not fail like that time I did with the third surgery. But anyways, yes, Jmtb is a very popular Newgrounds artist. Not Newgrounds artist, Newgrounds game maker. But he does make some pretty good art for these games, I will say. And this is only his first game, and you can already see just how good it is for what it is. And the second and third games are even more amazing. They're all made in Flash, no less, I think. Which is just even more impressive. So now back to where we were at. Got to dispose of the vampire, because the Royal Guard said so. Ah, I remember this. This reminds me of something. I wonder. Getting a vibe of deja vu. Just like that. And do what I just did here, but this time don't mess up. And just like that. As I've demonstrated before, making mistakes here will straight up eat the health bar. So don't make mistakes like I just did last time. Oh, no, it's not space. My bad. Got it. There we go. Nailed it. That was a bit of problematic. I almost messed that up a second time. That third one's really hard because you have to hit the thing right there. But yeah, look at that. Look at all that blood. Yeesh. But anyways, yes. So that last one requires you to hit 3 times exactly, and he just rips off 20 health for every mistake. So if you mess up 5 times, if you haven't messed up at this point, you just lose right near the end too. The reward is one final message from the humble royal god, or the royal god, anyways. And it reads, "Dear most humble scholars who have made it thus far, we were expecting much less from you." Well, wow, this dude really is a jerk. In fact, we were expecting nothing. I love this guard so much, and he does such a great job at praising my skills. Like, I didn't just risk my life at disposing of something that you should have disposed of, man. In fact, we were expecting nothing at that. Congratulations, you've done well. He actually does praise me for my skill, at least a little bit. But yes, that is the full amount of Dark Cut. There's nothing more to it. It is just you doing the 3 surgeries, and that's it. There's nothing more to there's nothing more to this game. The other 2 games in the series have more to them, but yes. As I said before, though, these games are gritty and dark, so if you're going to progress in, it gets even more grittier and more bloody when we continue on. This is only the first game, and this is just simple. Oh, but things are going to get complicated when we go into the next 2 games, because I will be doing the full series on this channel. So, let us continue. Although, better yet, let me just explain right now that we're not going to be, I'll end it off. Yes. There's nothing more you can do. You click replay, but it'll just send you back to the first surgery. So with that being said, I'll see you next time when I actually get around to doing the next 2 games in the series. Until then, I'll see you later.